Hey, this is Aaron Stanberry, and we here coming to you from the metaverse. People have been asking me, how do you get those things to fly around like that? How do you get them to just go where you want them to go when you want to go? Well, they're called keyframes, and those keyframes can be found inside of the content creator. We're going to explore that today, and I'm going to give you a little tutorial on how you can do the same thing. All you have to do is just follow this tutorial and you will see exactly how those keyframes work. So I'll be right back with you right after this. Okay, once again, here we are on another tutorial on the Engage Content Editor, or what's recently known as the Experience Editor. And this is Aaron Stanberg, and we're going to be showing you how to use this here in your workflow. So the first thing you want to do is be in front of the Engage page here that opens up, and on your left side there it has all the different types of things that you can do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to create and edit, and what we're going to do here, we're going to create a new experience. So once we create this new experience, you can see how it works. Um, what we're going to do is go to a different location. So we're going to type in here, we're going to type in creator space. Just type in those 5 letters there, and you should be able to get the various types of creator spaces here. So what we're going to do is going to go to, let's see here, which is a good one. Let's go to the creator room grass. That's a good one to use. You're going to confirm that, and then we're going to go here to this creator space. And when it comes up, you see now we're in the Engage editor, and as it comes up, you'll see the various aspects of that page. Okay, here we are in the Engage editor. It's all loaded up. You can see above here. Now, this here in front of you is the timeline. This is the timeline. This is the timeline indicator here. It lets you know where you are on the timeline. And if you look up here to your left, you see the little clock there that keeps you focused on where you are on the timeline from a digital aspect. And just to quickly go over some of the aspects of this timeline, you have your recordings. Those are recordings that you make with your internal spatial recorder. These are trigger buttons that you can use to trigger different aspects of things. We'll get into that a little later. You have interactive objects. You have a cloud. Now, if you have an enterprise account, then you will have a cloud file holder. If you have a plus account, you won't have a file. You won't have a cloud file. Now, one other thing you need to know, that if you have a light account, you can't do any of this here. You can't do any of this on a light account. You have to have either a plus account or you have to have an enterprise account. Over here we have IFXs. IFXs are the different types of objects that Engage have placed on their platform that you can use to implant them into your session. Here are snapshots. Snapshots are different objects that you've gotten together and you've merged them into one object, such as a chair with no seat on it. Well, you can put an invisible seat on it and then save that as a snapshot, and that invisible seat or invisible chair will merge into that real chair. Forms down here is about different types of quizzes and things that you can do like that within Engage, and we'll get into that a little bit later in another session. Here we have the clone option. Excuse me. Well, here we have the clone option down here where you can clone an object. You can clone an object as you want to clone it. Yeah, right here, the one that's highlighted. Okay, So what we're going to do first, we're going to let's just put a helicopter here. We're going to go to IFX. Let's type in helicopter first. Agent. Let's see what we come up with. Okay, here are some of the IFXs, and if you see here, you see this here engage helicopter that's highlighted there. Don't watch the cursor, watch what's ever being highlighted. So we're going to bring that helicopter into our session here. So once we bring it into section now, with this control panel, with the control panel, you can bring it, you can get it out or bring it in as necessary. So if we see here, our helicopter is on the time space 31 seconds. So we don't want that. What we wanted is on the first section. So we're going to go back. We're going to go back to the 00 and then take this particular um, object and pull it to the timeline. Now you see our helicopter here. So we're gonna stretch it out as long as we want it. So we're gonna make this about a minute flight. We're gonna make this about a minute flight. So what we're gonna do first of all is we're going to determine where our anchor point is. And right now our anchor point, let me put this out of the way, and you see, let me walk back a little bit, step back a little bit, and you can see our helicopter is not exactly on the ground. So what we're going to go here is where that see that little circle right there, the little bubble, that's the controller. So you click there, you get these three dots on the side, and you click here, and you want to go to Gizmo. Now, some people like to just move it around freelance. I like to use the Gizmo because that gives me a little bit of more control. Down here, we see sensitivity. It's on 1 right now, which is very fast movement. So we're going to change that sensitivity to 1/10. So what that does is give us a very smooth operation there. So that upward arrow there, that blue arrow, we want it to turn light blue. And then on the computer, we're on the computer now. You're just gonna scroll that wheel, that mouse wheel down until you get it on the ground. Just keep scrolling it. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. And you want to put it on the ground. Right about here. Okay, now that helicopter is on the ground. We're going to bring our time panel back in, and we're going to keyframe it. We're going to keyframe that particular location by clicking on that little key right there. So what that does, that anchors it to that spot. Then we're going to move forward, let's say about 5 seconds, and we're going to keyframe it again. So what that tells us is that between 0 and 5, that helicopter is just going to sit there. But when you hit that 5 second mark, it's going to do whatever we tell it to do. So what we're going to do now is move it forward. Move that time indicator forward ahead of it. You have to do this first before you do any type of movement of your object. So we're going to move this out of the way. Now, while we in the editor mode here, well, we are not restricted by space. So what we're going to do now is on the computer, we're going to push the Q button and we're going to go up. The Q button takes us up. It takes us all the way, takes us as far up as we want to be. We're just going to make a short trip here. So we're going to stop right there, but we can't see the computer. We can't see the helicopter. We can look down and see it, but we don't want to do that. We want it to be at an angle. So what we're going to do now is move back. The S button on the computer moves you back so you can see what's happening. So that helicopter right there, we see that helicopter on the ground right there. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take that helicopter and we're gonna go back, bring our we're gonna take that helicopter, click on that bubble, go to our uh, gizmo, and we can change our sensitivity. Let me move down so you can see. We're gonna change that sensitivity to, let's just we can go a 1 because we're in a different situation. So we're gonna move it to a 1, and then we're just gonna roll that mouse wheel up, just so you can see. Roll that mouse wheel up. Now what we're going to do, once we reach that location, we're going to bring our timeline in. So if you see right now, it's at 11 seconds. It's at 11 seconds. So we're going to keyframe it. We're going to keyframe that 11 seconds. So what we're going to see next, we're going to bring it back down to 0, bring it back down to its original location. So what we're going to see is that at 5 seconds, it's going to take off and go up, and it's going to go up to that 11-second marker. So here we go. Click, get that out the way, and it should be taking off. There you go. It's taking off. It's going up. And once it hit that 11 seconds, it's going to stop. Now, if you notice, your timeline is still running. So what it's doing now is waiting for another keyframe. So what we're going to do is stop it right here. So right now it's at 25 seconds. Let's pull it back to 16 seconds. Yeah, right around 16 seconds. All right, let's make it 20. We're going to 20 seconds. So what's going to happen is that this is going to hold there and then start to move. It's going to come up and then it's going to start to moving. So we need to move to our next location where we want that helicopter to go. So we're going to move our timeline out the way, and the D button is going to let us move to the right. It's going to let us move to the right. It's going to let us move to the right. So we're going to move to the right a little bit, keep that helicopter in frame. And what we're going to do now is go back here to the gizmo where it says select, the 3 dots. Go to the gizmo, and we're going to move that helicopter. So if you go right here, this arrow right here is our, and I'll go over these symbols down here in a few minutes after we finish this here. But what you want to do now is you want to move that helicopter. So roll that wheel on your mouse to the location where you want that helicopter to go. And you want it to go to this location right here. So now what you're going to do is call up your panel again, and you're going to keyframe. You're going to keyframe. So now if you notice, you have three keyframes, really 4 with the anchor. You have this and you have that, and that's what it's going to do. So we're going to go back to the beginning to 0, 0. We're going to start our animation, move that out the way, then a helicopter is going to move up. And once it gets to its location, that 11-second spot, it's going to start to moving forward. There it is. It's going to move forward until it gets to that 20-second spot, and it's going to stop. And there it is. There is your movement on your helicopter. So we go back, bring back in our time panel. Now, so we got it. We got that helicopter so that it moves up, moves to the right, and now we want it to turn towards us. So we move forward on that timeline. You see the timeline right there. We move forward to 28 seconds. We go up here and we find that bubble, and it says select. You select, and you got 3 dots, and then you're going to take that. Now down here is our controls, our notification. So right now we on what is known as relate. Now we're going to go here, and this is rotate. So we're going to go up to that green circle, Click on that green circle and it will turn blue. Now, depending on the way you roll your wheel, that helicopter is going to rotate. So it's going to rotate right there where we want it to rotate right there. We're going to come back down here and we're going to keyframe again. We're going to keyframe. So we keyframe right there on that keyframe button. All right, now let's go back to the beginning and we're going to start it, move our panel, and watch our helicopter move up. Go to the right. And when it hit that 28-second spot, it's going to turn towards us. There you go. And when you bring your panel back up, you see it hit that 28 spot, but it's keep on going, so we're going to stop it. Now what we want to do is turn it back around to the other point. So we got here, we got it ahead. So we go up to our helicopter and we click and we go to Gizmo and you see it's already got that circle highlighted blue. And you're going to turn that helicopter back this way, going back the opposite way. And we're going to keyframe it. Keyframe it, and then we're not going to check it now. What we're going to do now is that we're going to move this timeline indicator forward to another section, about 39 seconds. Now we're going to take our helicopter, go to the bubble, select Gizmo, and now we're going to change items. So we're going to go to, from rotate, we're going to go to translate. Well, that's scale, and this is translate. So the red arrow is indicating the movement forward and backwards. So we're going to take that arrow, highlight it, and we're going to move that wheel forward again some more to where we want that helicopter to be. And we're going to keyframe it. We're going to keyframe it there. So, and now let's just go ahead and we're going to have him descend. We're going to have him descend back down to the ground. So we moved our indicator a little bit forward so that we know that it's not going to be on top of each other, which makes it move faster. But we move it forward. We're going to move our panel out of the way. Now we're going to click that helicopter again, get that gizmo, and this time we're going to bring him down. We're going to bring him down to the ground. But we're going to do something a little fancier. What we're going to do when he hit the ground, before he hits the ground, we're going to have him turn the opposite direction when he lands. So we're going to do it that way. So now we bring back our panel and we're going to keyframe him. And once we keyframe him, go back to 0, fire him up again, and let's see what happens. And he landed, and I know that you enjoyed that little illustration there. Now, to show you some other important aspects of this, what we're going to do now is right here, we're going to do what is called a skip time. Well, not yet. We're not going to do a skip time yet. We're on our engaged helicopter, but say for instance we want to slow things down. So what we can do, let's go back to 0. If we come here and punch on this diamond, while that helicopter or while your object is highlighted, it brings up these particular dots. So we know we got at least a minute out that we can deal with. So if we spread these out a little bit, spread them out, what that does is make our helicopter move a little bit slower. And then we can adjust the speed if you want to speed up on a turn or you want to speed up on a takeoff, any of that stuff. So that's how you do it right here. Now you go back. You can start from here, and let's just start from here and show you. So we're gonna start our panel. It's gonna go up, and if you should notice that that helicopter is gonna move a little bit slower because of the way that we adjusted those keyframe spots. And that's how we adjust the speed on all our objects is by manipulating these keyframe positioners right here, spread them out or whatever. Now, let's go back to the timeline here. Excuse me. Now we see that we have that helicopter right where we want it to be at. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come here. We're going to bring that line here, and we're going to do what is called a skip time. So we go to IFX, and we go back to the front page, to the first page. Get out of here, and you see an IFX called skip time right there, skip time. So you want to skip that, bring that in. Once you bring that in, you bring your panel back. It's going to tell you where it starts and where it finishes at. You want to save it. Now, here's the thing. The duration is where do I want when that time indicator hits that skip time, where do I want that to go? Right now, the skip time is going to skip all the way back to the beginning and start over again. It's going to be a continuous loop until you until you stop your session or whatever. So you see that we come back here, and you notice that skip time right here. So if we, I'm just gonna bring it right there. So when we click on it and we run that program or that session, it's gonna come down. It's gonna land, and when it hits that skip time, it should go all the way back to the beginning. Oops, my bad. I didn't save it. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Don't blame the skip time. Blame me because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So that should change it right there. Let me see. Yeah, I didn't. And that's very important that you do that. If you when you go here, you have to save the effect. So whatever effect you put on, you have to save it for it to enact, for it to react to the session. So now we find. So now we go back here, And we're going to fly over a helicopter again. Now, wait a minute, before I start that, I want to show you where when it hit that, what is that? When it hit that 1 minute, when it hit that 1 minute and 8 second place, it's going to skip back to the beginning. So let's see how that goes. All right. I'm going to close that out and watch our helicopter fly. It's going to take off. It's going to go through its routine. It's a keyframe routine that you assigned it to. Now, when it lands, when it hit that skip time, it's going to generate and start all over again. So there it is. You saw it shift back into its original location, and now it's going to take off again. So it will continue to do that loop until you tell it to do otherwise. So that's a very important aspect of this. So let's bring this panel back. We're going to stop it, go forward. Now, I need to show you about the gizmo area. So if we go here, go back to select three dots, and we open up the gizmo. Well, say for instance, you can't see it right now, so we're going to do something. What we're going to do is go back front. We're going to go here, and we're going to type in skybox. We're going to get us a skybox. These are the various types of skybox. I like the Milky Way skybox, so we're going to bring that Milky Way skybox in. So now you see where it is. I'm going to bring it up and just to show you what it looks like. That's that skybox, that Milky Way skybox. It gives you that dark look with some stars and add a little bit more in it. But it also helps with the dark skybox like that when you, not the skybox, excuse me, when you click on that helicopter and go to your gizmo, now you can see the controls a little better, a little better. So what we looking at here. So if we look at here, starting from this way, this is the close your gizmo. So whenever you want to finish with what you're doing, you want to close your gizmo, you can close it there. Come back again. Bring in your gizmo, and this is your sensitivity. Your sensitivity is how fast or how slow your object is going to be moving from point A to point B. And as you see, it has a 1 there, 2, 4, and back to the 1, and then you got a 1/2, and you got the slowest speed. So 4 is the fastest speed. 1/10 is your slowest sensitivity. Over here you have your different types of gizmo tools. This is one here. It's called rotate. It moves it around, or you can tilt it, or you can tilt it right or left. So that's what that does. Then you have scale. Scale is what you use if you want to make it larger or you want to make it smaller. So all you do here is once you get on scale, say for instance, you want to make it larger, you can let me go to 1 and see you can make it larger or you can bring it back to where it was the scale. Okay. Then you have your translate. Translate has 3 arrows. It has this red arrow, which when you touch it, it turns peach. that means it's ready to be activated. So if you activate it, it becomes light blue. Then when you move your wheel, it moves it forward or it moves it backwards. Okay, then you have your green arrow here, which is your up down arrow. Once you light on it, it becomes peach. You click on it, and when you scroll your wheel on your computer, um, up it goes up, down it comes down, and the same thing with the blue one here, that takes it right and left. So those are normally we don't mess with this here, these two areas, unless you want to snap. Snap is something that you might want to do, because what that does, that snaps it into a location and keeps it there. So and it always keeps it level if you want to. I normally just leave it off and work with it because it messes with your sensitivity over here. So anyway, well, let me go back to this here so you can see this here. This rotate, I didn't show you the rotate. Rotate, if that arrow, which is with that circle, which is green, that goes that way. The what's that? That red one goes left and right, and the blue one go tilt up and down. Okay, so that's how that looks. That's how that goes. And when your helicopter is now, there is a one other thing, which is the final thing that I like to tell you is that okay, like this here. What you want to do is stretch that out to touch that one, and then it'll go to the next line. So that way it don't interfere. It won't fall off before it get to the key, before it get to the skip time. Um, Once again, if you want to look up or down while on a computer, you just click your left uh, mouse button and you just pull it right and left, or you just turn it around any way you want to see it to help you look there. So this is a quick tutorial on the content creator from utilizing it on the computer. Make sure that you do your keyframes. Make sure that you move that timeline indicator before you go to the next keyframe. And if you want to slow it down, slow the movement down, or speed it up, you go to that diamond where you got your keyframe indicators here, and you can stretch them out, or you can condense them down. Um, and also make sure that you can't go past your indicator here. So if you need to go further out, if you want something forward, just take that skip time and move it back to whatever time, move it back to whatever period of time that you want. So and you can do that easily just by grabbing that and moving it to wherever you want it at. So I hope that helped you out. I know you enjoyed that tutorial on how we can make these type of things functional, as far as the keyframing, how the helicopter we got to ride, how the helicopter we get to lift off the platform and go around to all the different places and see. So until next time, if there's any questions, you can contact me at All Things Metaverse with Aaron on daily at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time on the Engage platform. All you got to do is click on that um, link at the bottom, and it'll take you and tell you all about what we're going to be doing here in the metaverse. So, thank you, and may God bless.